Hello, Odd Job Viewer here, and today's little task is door molding, right? So what we have here is a framed out doorway. You can see we got quite the gap in here, it looks a little ugly. And what we're going to do is actually we had to take this down to adjust this door frame. And so now I'm going to put up another door molding. And so like on this side here you can see, we already have it. And you see how it is like this at the top, nice and cut to get an angle, 45 degree. Packed a little bit of extra stuffing in this crack, sanded it down lightly, and then primered and painted it. I think that's been, no, that's primered. It hasn't been painted yet, so it's primered. Well, on the other side here, we're changing it up a little bit. We're doing a different way. So we have that gap there, and what we're going to do is stick up a rosetta, like so. And now this one here just happens to be 3.5 inch by 3.5 inches. And so what we're going to do is follow the line here. Just go a little bit over the painted line. And that should bring us right in the middle of this door frame part. And first we'll secure the rosettas. And then we will cut for the molding, which is this right here. Right? And to start with, what we'll do is set Rosetta up here. Now, how to fix this to the wall, there's at least a couple ways. One way is with the good old nail, finishing nails through here, but you don't want to mess up this finish too much. It's already been painted, nice and glossy. So, we're on the back side. The back side, I've already shredded off the label that was there. And we're going to use a little bit of construction adhesive on there. So it's something like this. Got construction adhesive. And we'll just kind of put some around the outside here. In the middle. Because I could have cut this tip a little bit bigger. All right. So, construction adhesive, nice and messy there. I'll take this fun pliable piece of goo here and basically we'll stick it up there. It's already been marked off from before. And if I do this right, it shouldn't come undone, but I'll line it up against the edge here and against the top and simply fold it over, bring it down a little bit. All right, how's it look on top there? Looks good enough. Give it a little push. Some of them now you put on there, this is holding pretty good so far. But some of them you put down and then you can lift back up, get some air underneath there, let it breathe a little bit, and then put it back down a little bit. I'm going to nudge it a little bit more. Right there is good. A little more like there. All right, so this here is basically centered on this board here, and it's pretty close to centered on this board here, and that's what we're looking for. Give it a nice little shove, and make sure it's level. And you know what? I'm not going to trust this, so I'm going to apply some masking tape. Yep, looks like that now. So you don't have to use this thick masking tape. You can use a thinner stuff, but basically, just get it stuck to the wall. So it's stuck there. Now then, next one we'll do is on the bottom. Way down here. And since we'll be doing carpet in here, you see the tack strips, we want to make sure this is floated a little bit above there. The same with our floor molding, which I believe we have about 1 inch around the bottom. So we're going to float this one the same way and about 1 inch. And basically, what we're going to do on here is get it centered in on this part here, and equal with over here, right above here, but inch or so. So I'll tack that on. Yep, just like that. So now we got 2 of them on. We got 2 more to go. And what we'll do now, another thing I might want to stress out, not stress out, but stress is that you have this part here, you have the wall up here, and you have other things like at least this wood here, this little shim. And basically you want to make sure this is kind of a flap between the top and the wall. So as long as your door frame has been put in right and equal with your wall there, you shouldn't have too much problems. Now this stuff here, I already checked, it doesn't really protrude any, if not much. If it did, you can get a planer, plane off some of the wood. And so for now, I'm going to attach the last 2 rosettis on this side. And after that, I'll let this dry. Well, these dry. And then I'll come back to it. So that'll probably be another day, even though this video will be hopefully short. I'm going to let them dry and then come back, because next will be measuring the spaces. This is pretty simple, actually. I said no 45-degree angles to be cut. Everything's level, and so we'll just measure from bottom of this to the top of that one down there, and cut this here door molding to put in between them, so it looks something like that. Only I'll flip it around. Okay. So let me get this stuff done and let it dry, and I'll be back. All right, so I'm back. And let's see, so we have this up here, and you know what? You're gonna have to give it a little touch, but it should be on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and peel off this tape. Let's see if it rips into the finish. There, look at that. That's the paint on the wall. And I'm gonna do the rest of them here. Get some of this here, peel it off nice and carefully. Yep, lovely. And all right, so we got that done. Now we're gonna do some measuring. So we measure from the inside of here to the inside of here, right? And same with the bottom part here to the top of right there, that guy way down there. And when I measured, let's see, I did it on this side here to that side down there, and this side here, that side down there, just to see if these are squared off, and they're pretty good. And basically what I do then is I write it down. So here in the sloppy diagram, you can see my little Rosetta Stones. Rosettis, stone. Anyways, and just got the nails here up and down. So this here's a 76 and 7/8. The top one, 48 and 5/8, and the other side is, look at that, 76 and 7/8. So I will mark said measurements on the door molding here, and take a saw to it, and chop it. Now, a couple things to remember when you're trying to do some fine measurings is, one, when you use a tape measure to measure this distance here and here in the real world, use the same tape measure when you're measuring it on this thing. And that should give you, the same. Of course, other tapes might have a little bit of variance, but usually, that's nitpicking. The other thing is, we got this little diagram here, and what we got there is this here board, and we got, let's say, 76 and 7/8 going across, and then you got your saw. That's what this is, believe it or not. And the cut line for the saw, you actually want to match it up right at the, like if you're doing 76, 7/8 and it's this way over, you want your cut line to be right at the edge of that. So you get your full 76 and 7/8. If you put your blade on the line, it's going to be probably at least a 1/16 to an 1/8 off, because usually a blade, if it's, say, a saw like a circular saw, probably about an 1/8 inch thick, If it's something like this here, this fancy saw here, probably oh, I don't know, 16th and a 32nd, I don't know, something like that. Thick, or maybe even 8th if it's a really strong, beefy one. And yeah, so from here I will go ahead and make these cuts, hook up the saw, and after that I will do a test fitting to see how it fits down here and up here and back and forth and whatever. And if it fits good, then I'll go ahead and probably slap some primer on it. I mean, it might be primed. So usually this board can have a primer already on it, but you know, another coat of primer doesn't hurt too bad. So I will make the cuts, get the priming done, let it dry, and be back at it. All right, and there we have it, folks. Freshly painted, primed first, painted, and now let it dry. And after it dries, we'll get to nailing it, in for the install, and then finish this up. So stay tuned. Dry faster. Dry faster. Yeah. All right, so found my pencil, and with that, I was able to make some markings. Let me grab this here. Got the gun ready, and what I did was on the side parts here, I put little markings just like this for this wooden block here. Yeah, markings. So when I put on the trim molding, see, it kind of covers up the blocks where it's at. And for the most part, you have a stud here to nail into, which is going to be the top ridge here somewhere. And then somewhere, you know, in the middle here, but you don't really want to ruin your fancy design, I guess. So the first one, we got to go up top. And it sets in kind of like that, you see. I'll square it up at the bottom and pop a few rounds in it. And it's not going to stay there. Look, no hands. So I need both hands for this. So be back. And yes, you already know. Face shield, eye protection, right? I might sound a little bit louder because I have my hearing protection already in. And now I'm ready to nail. All right, so it comes out like that. So, little bitty divot there from the nails. This is Mac Nailer again. And what we'll do, of course, is put a little bit of either some silicone caulk in there or some of that wall compound. Dab it in there, you know, give it a little prime, and then put some more gloss over it, and it'll be just fine. For these connecting parts here, we have a little bit of a gap perhaps. I'll put some silicone caulk in there with my finger, and yeah, should be great. So now we'll do the Ronco on the left side, and what I did here, you got two identical pieces, and so one of them, look at that, I put an L. You can see it. This one here has an upside down R on it. So, left side, come along. And we'll plant it down here. And just kind of pole vault it up. It's not heavy or nothing, but. And let's see. This one here, a little bit more snugger. So I'll adjust it and do some nails. And I'll try to get, I got 2-inch finishing nails, but man, going through here is kind of risky. So I'm going to try to go through here on this piece. And, you know, 2x4 probably comes about to here, so I can probably staple in here on a few places. So once again, nail gun, ear protection, eye protection. Yep, I'll be back. And that's the view I see through my eye protection. Maybe I should clean it and get some new protection. I don't know. But we riddled this here full of holes. Had a few missed shots where it blew through. This is a plastic type of thing more than a wood. You can see a hole there kind of blown through. Anyways, film up. It should be fine. And so that is it. It's up there. Some people just leave it like this. They're lazy. They don't, your protection. They don't fill the holes in, but I'll definitely fill the holes in with something. And the other thing I'll do then is take the silicone caulking and come along here and fill in the gaps. You can see there's a bit of a gap there. Once you silicone it, it's going to be fine. If you don't want to do silicone, you can use another kind of caulking that will fill the crack. And silicone is not really paintable. If you paint it, maybe you primer it might work, but silicone doesn't want to stick to things. So you can use another kind that is paintable, but the stuff that is paintable seems to stretch or wear out after time, even though maybe not so much in this kind of situation. So here we go. Door molding on, and now what I'll do from this part is I'll continue off from this part here to floor molding back over, and this will probably be ready for some carpet. Now, so I guess I'll end the video here. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. And odd job doer, thanks for watching.